Hello everyone, welcome to the Nick Tech Show. Today we're going to talk about which is better, iOS or Windows 8. This video was a recommendation from a viewer wanting to do like an iPad review, but I thought, well, a lot of people know what an iPad is and what it does, but the comparison of, I decided to do a comparison video of, is Windows 8 a better operating system than iOS? Or are they both the same? Or does iOS just blow Windows 8 out of the water? So, let's get started. So, the interfaces in iOS is your main thing. This is kind of like this is jailbroken, remember, but it has 4 icons across with four or 5 rows of icons, and you got pages and different things, and you can get to pages fast and different things. In Windows 8 you have this stylish layout that seems good for touchscreens, and that, so really the screens themselves, the home screens, aren't really different, because yes, they might look different, but they all do the same thing. So they're really kind of probably the same type things. They do the same thing. Yes, maybe iOS is a little bit organizer and you can find stuff, but also in Windows 8 you can make groups and different things. So that's another thing you gotta take into consideration. Like iOS, you can't like make a group of icons unless you do a photo, but there's a limit on the photo, and in Windows 8 there's no limit on how many apps you can put in this one section. No limit. So that's another thing you also gotta think about. Another thing is, one thing that's been kind of killing Windows 8 is the App Store. So if you go into the App Store for Apple and the App Store for Windows, you're going to see those big differences. Not necessarily meaning big differences in a good way, but you're going to see a difference. So let the app stores load up. So the Apple App Store is already loaded up, and Windows 8's App Store is loading up. It's got a clean look. You can search your main categories and everything. And you can search for all categories, and it shows you the most recent that's been getting used. And as you can tell, the App Store is not loading like it should. It's odd. Let's see. It's connected to Wi-Fi. Okay. Kind of Okay, let's get back to iOS and see if App Store connects. Yeah, okay. So it's got your main highlights, the main highlights above. So that's good. Your other categories, links to different other categories. An app of a week, that's always free. What's hot, it's pretty good. And beginner apps and different things, newsstand and other links and stuff, app essentials, education collections, certain apps made by certain companies like Apple's apps, and fairy tale games if you want to really. But alright, so when you take a look at Windows 8 App Store, you see it's kind of the same as iOS's with the categories, but it's all on one screen. And so, yes, that's good. And you got your different categories to press on, like paid and top free and new releases. And the spotlight, like Apple has, is this, and you go to, well, there was multiple ones. I always check the new releases. I always check the new releases just because, kind of like what's new happening. And after it loads up, you see it all right there. And that's one thing I wish you could do in iOS, is see what the new apps that were released. That is one thing I've always wished Apple to do and put in their App Store, is like what new apps have been released, what apps have been updated, and different things. Like this goes with the updates too. If an app gets updated, then you will see it in here if an app gets updated. So there's that. Yes, that's good and stuff. So, like in iOS, the App Store is amazing. But another thing that lacks in Windows 8 is the top charts. There's really no place to see compared which apps are going up, which apps are getting paid for, and what apps are free, the top free apps. That is one thing that I wish they would add to the App Store, because I always loved looking which apps are getting higher and which apps are getting popular. Like some of the apps in iOS I never knew about until they hit the free, the #1 free, and it was very interesting. But with this, you can only search for like top free, but you can't compare top free and paid. Like in the games, you can go and see Solitary Collection is #1 and stuff. I wish you could just go. You could do something a little bit. They do little bit things to make the App Store better. And then Genius is recommended apps for you. And then you can see your purchases you've purchased. And to do that in Windows 8, you just swipe down if you're on a touchscreen, or you go up there, touchscreen, and go to your apps, if it takes you to your apps. If I can get there. It doesn't seem like it wants me to get there. Here we go. And right here you can see it's got all your apps you've downloaded. Every single one. Every single app you've purchased or downloaded is all here. And you can also search for what's not on the device. That's another good thing. So we'll get the Windows 8 App Store to load. Since it's trying to connect to my account and see all the apps that I don't have. And also you gotta also think that the Apple App Store has so many more apps than Windows 8 App Store has. So right here you have your App Store, your purchased apps on Windows 8 that are not installed on this PC. These are all the apps that are not installed on this computer. And so kind of same as the App Store. I don't believe you can see, oh, you can. Click all apps and see all the apps you've purchased to the App Store. That's a good thing. You see all my apps I've purchased all the way from the developer preview. All the way from the developer preview to now. You sort by date and different things. You can also kind of do that. You can sort by name in there. So it's okay. So it's pretty much the updates is kind of a little bit different in Windows 8 than it is iOS. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but let's go install Windows updates. Or not. Okay, so the updates in Windows 8 are a little bit different than iOS, if I can get to the updates. Since App Store seems kind of laggy today. I don't know if the updating the App Store or what. Seems kind of laggy today. So let's see if we can reopen it. The App Store seems kind of laggy today. So let's see if we can close it and reopen it. And this has happened to me on all my Windows 8 PCs, is the store would just stop working after a while. So, okay, here we go. So we go to updates, and it takes you to updates. And as you can see right now, what's the major differences? This is what I really did not like about in Windows 8, is it does not tell you what's updated. You just got all these apps that they want you to update, and you don't know what they're getting updated for. And like all these in iOS, it tells you what's updated and what it fixes and different things. Like in Windows 8, there was nothing. So it's kind of difficult whenever you don't really want to update them, but you don't know what's wrong with them or anything. So you just have to go with it. And with iOS, you click update, and then same thing in Windows 8. Let's find just one app to update. Let's do new egg, and then click install. And on iOS, you can see it's already downloaded and installing. Windows 8 is still thinking about installing and updating it, but it's not sure. Still loading the App Store. And then when iOS gets done, it installs and removes it instantly. And you can see you can open the app. So, and Windows 8 is still thinking about updating this. Alright, while that updates, or thinks about updating, or if it updates. The other thing is in iOS that's pretty well for iPad users is the gestures. When you open an app and when you close an app. Like, let's go to, like, Chrome. Okay? Let's say I'm doing stuff on Chrome and I want to change or go to the home screen. You just gotta do that. That simple. Just close it. Windows 8 to go to the home screen, to go over here and slide and click the start button. Or you can hit the Windows button on the keyboard, or there's usually on Windows 8 tablets the Windows logo on the front of the tablet you can press and it goes to home. So that's good. One thing that I really like about Windows 8 is where you can see every app, your whole entire thing. You see everything you have right here. This is what I love about Windows 8 at the home screen is you can see all your different apps you've installed, and if you're having problems trying to see one and you want to like hurry up and try to find it and you know what the logo looks like, but you've looked and looked and looked, this is a great view for you to go. You can click there and go. Also, if like you want to name a group, alright, so you select the group and you name the group and you get, name them and name it where it pops up like those. So that's another good thing is I like the group feature, especially when it comes to like applications like Office and different things. And you want all your Office applications to be in one thing. Also to get your side view, let's say I open, well, Windows Store is already open, and let's open games. Let's open games. So let's say I'm browsing through the games app, okay? I'm browsing through the games app and different things, and I want to check on the store. So you drag it over here. Oh, well. Maybe you can't do that. And just snap it in there, and you can do two things at once. Well, if the store decides to load anytime soon. You can also make this smaller, make the store bigger. And you can have your games thing like that. Well, games does it's not a good explanation for that because it closed that. Like this would be very useful. Like Rise. The weather app. You can see weather. Let's move that back. So when weather loads, also it has also on a tablet or computer touch-based for well, tile interface is calling it. This is a fantastic weather app. It's got everything you need. Gosh. It's got everything you need all in one place. I like that. And then you go here, you can see maps and different things. So it's pretty decent. Well, okay, let's talk about this since I keep on doing this. So in iOS, let's see what I have. Alright. In iOS, you can switch apps like that just by doing this, a scroller, okay? But you can also go back to it. In Windows 8, you can slide over if you have an app open, but you can't swipe back.
Rachel Fortnite added a new photo. Our first Big Boy Part 1.
Okay. Let's tone that down. That's another thing we're going to talk about in a video soon. As you can see, Windows 8 is all Windows 8 store has been acting up. Okay. So, that's one thing that I really dislike is you can't switch back over. You just get that. So, this is what you do. Is if you want to see all your apps you have open, and take the corner and slide and this, it's really odd. Did you see that? You go over until you grab this, and then you drag it back. And then you can see all your apps you have open, and you can switch back and forth. So, that. I really like this view with the weather. Is the weather in the multi stream view. I like how it looks in it and everything. It's very interesting. It uses being weather to grab everything and also make it bigger. Oh well, and you have it this way. And again, games, that's one of those apps that does not like doing that. So as you can see, there's a little bit of gestures to get around in Windows 8 and different things. It's really good. So now on to the settings. So the settings are a little bit kind of the same. You go to settings, and then you go to change PC settings, and then it pops up this, and you got all your main options, I'm gonna say this, your options in from airplane mode to privacy. That's kinda where all your options are. Every Windows 8 app that you install have their own personal options inside the app. You have to run the app and then change the options inside the app. So that's another downer to that, just because it's kind of difficult if you want to change things. Like in users, you can change all your account information. And you have a little bit of lock screens, different things. We'll also get to that, talking about lock screens a little bit later into the video. But it's okay. The settings, I think they could have did it a little bit better in the PC settings, but this is what I was talking about in I want to go to games. Let's throw games up, alright? Like I said, in settings, you go to settings, and then it's got all your different, you can change your account, permissions, you can review, preferences, and different things. So every app has their options. Because in the iOS one, you get all your options in the settings to change apps and different things. So I like that a lot better than Windows 8, because sometimes I forget about the options and apps and I start using them and then oh, that's what happened. So yeah. So basically that's what you get with Windows 8. Okay, everyone. So also in Windows 8 is the browsers, which browsers are better. IE 10 in Windows 8 is pretty darn good. That is one compliment I have to give Windows 8 is IE 10 is very impressive, okay? also does not have all the features as Safari does in iOS, which I don't use Safari on iOS, I use Gmail, but this is the main stock web browser, so that's why I'm going over with this. And the features in iOS, you can share, add to reading lists, bookmark pages, and different things. Also, your bookmarks a little bit organized in here, in your history, in your reading list where you can read later. You can now store stuff offline. iCloud tabs. If you have like a Mac or anything, and you have things open on your Mac, you can view them on your iDevice. It's basically about it. It's got your tabs. You can only have a certain amount of tabs open. It's got your Google search and everything in iOS. So it's okay for the iOS thing, but it's not all as great. But with Windows 8, you got it has a nice scroll. It scrolls fast, nice. It doesn't jump or anything. When you swipe down, you got your tabs you can go to. You can open up, and let's say you go to Bing, your favorites. You go to Bing, and different things, and to get rid of that, you just tap it, and your full screen browsing effect. One thing that Safari for iPad doesn't have is full screen browsing. It works very well with touch. I mean, the touch is very impressive. I mean, this IE's very impressed on this. It's very impressive. And you just close tab, you click that. You can add your favorites. You can find a page, switch to the Bing app. It's also got app, different things. Let's say you're visiting a website and they have a Windows 8 app. You can easily find that out very fast and different things. Type in the URL. If you go to this button, you can browse in private and different things. And your favorites, whenever you type in the thing, your favorites will pop up here. And your most recently viewed things. So that's pretty good there. And MSN is enabled touch for Windows 8 too. So in the browsers, if you're looking for a good device to browse the internet with, I would have to go with Windows 8 on this one, just because it is very impressive with the touch and everything. A lot better than Google Chrome for touch enabled. Google Chrome is just Chrome in just like a Metro app. It's basically nothing at all. The next thing we're going to talk about is their music apps. In music, it's pretty simple and straightforward. In Windows 8, it's got your store, you can get your store and different things, so that's pretty good. You can view all your music by clicking all my music, just like this one. You got your settings, everyone knows what that is, iCloud and different things, and you can browse all the music you have here. And it's pretty simple for tablet based. Also, this app works with a Also, another thing with IE, it automatically goes to, well, Bing is not one of those things to go to for it to automatically adjust, but MSN automatically adjusts. Also, the music app also does too. Let's open that all the way. Let's grab the music, and then music app will automatically. Oh well, when you're playing music, this will uphill and have you playing and thing. I'm not doing that just because copyright, so not gonna play music on hill. So there you go. iOS is basically the same thing. It's got full album previews and more wrapped around album view and stuff. And that the other thing I'm going to talk about is the video app. The video app is kind of straightforward. You can buy your music, buy your videos, stream videos and all that. Kind of straightforward. Also another touch enabled thing where you can have something on the side and it will automatically adjust to whatever. So that's basically it. It shows you recently everything. Also, you can fling it to your Xbox and you can play on your Xbox and everything. And that's basically it. Now, a lot of things, like, let's say you want to delete an app, okay? Let's say I downloaded an app, okay? Downloaded an app, okay? And you want to delete it. On iOS, you just click and hold it, and you just press the X, okay? Press X. In Windows 8, you have to hold it and drag it down where you get a check mark. Then you have options to install it, make the icon smaller, and different things. You can also drag it and just drag it down and move it around to wherever you want and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting though. It's easy to use and navigate. Now, let's say you want to shut down your device or restart your device. Simply and easy. With iOS, you just click and hold the power button. Also, if you're using a computer, you can click and hold the power button. But if you want to go in and shut down your computer or anything, smart way, you can go through all these sections like your power and click whatever. And then your notifications, click that. You can hide notifications for an hour and different things. Your volume, slider, brightness, and your keyboards you can click. Now, another thing I was going to show you with keyboards, if I can grab something to do it with, go to my Twitter feed and post a new tweet. And like on Windows 8 has multiple keyboard layouts like iOS does. If you go down here and click and hold this button, you have options to pick like a full-fledged keyboard like this. Your two cut against keyboard. Your writing keyboard where you can write a line, like write. And as you can tell, @C, and you can insert it. There you go. That line's not supposed to be in there, but you get what I mean. And then this one is you just use the keyboard on your default keyboard. I like this one. It's more laid out. Like the iPad one's kind of difficult to use because the buttons are smaller, but these it automatically works, and it's got your arrows. You move navigation around. And iOS is the same way. A lot of people know what the keyboard looks like in iOS. And I think that kind of wraps up the video with that. Like one thing that kills Windows 8 is the apps. That's one thing that kills Windows 8. If it had the apps, it would be fantastic to use. I mean, Microsoft might be able to bring Windows 8 back up if they can get the App Store up and going like they should have. But until then, I see Windows 8 still in the water. So the verdict is, if you want to go out and buy a tablet, you better buy a iPad. iPad is the way to go. An iPad or an Android tablet, okay? And we hope to have an Android video up whenever I get my hands on an Android tablet. So that's the video, guys. Hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, or whatever. Share us. That's about it. Hope you guys have a nice time.